Stress doesn't just affect how you feel, it changes how your brain works. You notice it in small ways at first. You lose track of thoughts. You forget simple things. You struggle to stay focused on tasks that used to feel easy. And over time, it becomes harder to tell what's causing it. Is it fatigue, distraction, lack of motivation, or something deeper? The answer is often stress. Not just intense, obvious stress, but the constant, low-level pressure that builds throughout the day. To understand this, you need to look at how your brain responds to stress. Your brain is designed to handle short bursts of pressure. In those moments, it becomes faster and more alert. Your attention sharpens. Your reaction time improves. This is useful in the right context. But the problem is that most modern stress is not short-term. It's continuous. Emails, notifications, deadlines, decisions, responsibilities, they don't stop. Your brain stays in a heightened state for longer than it was designed to, and that changes how it functions. One of the first effects is on attention. When your brain is under constant stress, it becomes more reactive. Instead of focusing deeply on one task, it keeps scanning for potential problems. Your attention shifts quickly. You move from one thing to another without finishing either. This creates a feeling of being busy, but not productive. The second effect is on memory. Stress interferes with how your brain stores and retrieves information. You might read something and forget it shortly after, or struggle to recall details you normally remember. It's not that your memory is failing. It's that your brain is prioritizing immediate responses over long-term storage. The third effect is on decision-making. When your brain is under pressure, it tends to simplify choices. It looks for faster, easier options. This can lead to impulsive decisions or avoidance of complex tasks. Over time, this affects the quality of your work and your confidence in your decisions. The fourth effect is mental fatigue. Stress requires energy. When your brain stays in a constant state of alertness, it uses more resources. Even if you're not physically tired, your mental energy drops. You feel drained without a clear reason, and pushing harder doesn't fix it. Because the issue is not effort, it's how your brain is operating. There's also an important distinction to make. Stress is not always negative. Short-term stress can improve performance. It can help you focus, react, and complete tasks quickly. But the key is duration. When stress becomes continuous, it stops being useful. It becomes disruptive. Your brain doesn't return to a stable baseline. It stays active, even when it doesn't need to. And that prevents recovery. Without recovery, performance declines. This leads to a common pattern. You feel stressed, so you try to push through. You add more effort, more stimulation, more pressure. But that keeps your brain in the same state, so the results don't improve. They become more inconsistent. That's why many people feel like they're working more but achieving less. The real issue is not workload. It's how that workload is being processed. To change this, you don't need to eliminate stress completely. That's not realistic. You need to manage how your brain responds to it. The first step is creating separation between tasks. Constant switching increases stress. Even short pauses between tasks can reduce that effect. It gives your brain time to reset. The second step is reducing unnecessary input. Not all information deserves your attention. Limiting distractions lowers the baseline level of stress. The third step is improving recovery. This includes sleep, but also small breaks during the day. Moments where your brain is not processing anything. These moments are essential. Without them, your brain stays in a constant loop. The fourth step is stabilizing your routine. Unpredictable schedules increase stress. Simple, consistent patterns help your brain operate more efficiently. The fifth step is awareness. Recognizing when your brain is overloaded allows you to adjust before performance drops. This is not about reacting after the problem appears. It's about preventing it. And there's something deeper behind all of this. Your brain operates in different modes. One is reactive, fast, alert, constantly scanning. The other is stable, calm, focused, able to process information clearly. Stress pushes your brain into the reactive mode. That's useful for short periods. But when it becomes your default state, clarity decreases. That's the key insight. Stress doesn't just make you feel overwhelmed. It shifts how your brain operates. And if that shift becomes constant, your performance changes. Not because you're less capable, But because your brain is working under different conditions, the goal is not to remove stress entirely. It's to help your brain return to a more stable state more often. Some people do this through structured routines. Others use quiet time before important tasks. And there are also simple audio-based approaches designed to support more stable brain patterns linked to focus and mental clarity. The method matters less than the consistency, because your brain adapts to what you repeat. If you repeat constant pressure, it stays reactive. If you repeat moments of stability, it learns to return there. Over time, this changes how you think. You focus more easily. You remember more clearly. You make better decisions. And you feel less mentally drained. In the end, stress is not just something you experience. It's something that shapes how your brain functions. If this helped you understand why stress affects your focus and clarity, consider subscribing. This channel focuses on clear, practical ways to improve how your mind performs in everyday situations. And if you want to explore a simple way to support mental clarity and reduce constant mental pressure, there's a resource linked in the description. It fits into a short daily routine and can help you experience how your brain responds when it operates from a more stable state. Your brain performs best when it's not under constant pressure, and that's something you can influence.